Hey y'all, welcome to the filling station. I'm super excited, y'all. So in this video, we are looking at inside day candles only because it helps build a watch list. But first, y'all, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth, and yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, y'all, because we learn and we grow together. So again, we are looking at inside day candles, and normally what I like to do is give the trigger meanings. If it breaks beyond this level, this is our possible target. If we should break under this level, this is the possible target. Again, not financial advice. So the first one on the list today is AI. AI normally moves, let's say, about $1.67. That is the ATR, the average true range. And y'all, I mess that up often. It is the average true range for the stock. So if by chance AI break above $20.63, we have an upside target of $20.69. Not that far, right? Under 1961, downside target 1957. Again, we closed at $20.59. It moves $1.67 per day. That could be in either direction. So if you trade AI, it is on our list as an inside day candle. Next on the list today, for tomorrow, which will be the 15th of April. So next on the list would be Amazon, AMZN. It normally moves $11.82 per day. So let's see where those levels are. For Amazon, if by chance we break above 185.86, we have an upside target here of 186.87. Now back to the downside under 178.04, downside target 175.71. So if you trade Amazon, we closed at 184.87. It could very well move $11.82. That could be to the upside or to the downside. So if you're trading Amazon, I would definitely watch those areas. Now, Bank of America, or BAC, is on the list also as an inside day candle. We normally move about $2.15 per day. We close at $35.95. Now, if by chance we break above 36.28, which is kind of right where that 5 EMA is for Bank of America, so breaking that gives us an upside target not very far of $36.40. Now, to the downside, if by chance we break under the $34.84, we have a downside target for Bank of America here at $34.60. And keep in mind that $2.15, it can be in either direction. BMY is next on the list as an inside day candle. It normally moves $2.47 per day. And if by chance we break above $50.97, we have an upside target, $53.46. Now to the downside, under $49.26. We have a downside target of $48.85. And keep in mind, we closed at $50.71. Again, $2.47 in either direction, y'all. So C, or Citigroup, is next on our list as an inside day candle. It normally moves $4.11 per day. Now, if by chance we break above 62.35, we have an upside target here of 62.48. Not very far, right? Under 59.93, downside target for C, or Citigroup, is 58.94. We close at $61.64. Again, that $4.11 can be in either direction, up or down. CCL, Carnival Cruise Line, is next on our list. It normally moves about $1.51 per day. If by chance we break above 17.82, we have 18.61 as the target. Now, to the downside, under 17.10, we have a downside target here of 17.10, not far away. So Carnival Cruise Line is on the list as an inside day candle. CSCO, Cisco, is also on the list as an inside day candle. Now, if it normally moves about $2.27, if by chance we break above the level of $57.82, we have an upside target here of $57.94. Under $56.28, downside target $54.95. Again, it normally moves about $2.27 per day. So Cisco, or CSCO, is on the list as an inside day candle. CSX is an inside day candle. If by chance we break above 28.09, we have 28.37 as the target. Under 27.34, downside target 27.12. It normally moves $1.09. So if you're trading CSX, it is an inside day candle. Delta Airlines is also an inside day candle, DAL, that normally moves $3.59 per day. If by chance we break above $41.03, we have an upside target $42.82. Now back to the downside, under $38.88. Downside target is $38.62. Delta Airlines, we close at $40.88, y'all. So again, it can move in either direction at $3.59. I say trade carefully. DBX Dropbox is an inside day candle above $27.30. Upside target $27.48. To the downside, under $26.18. Downside target $26.07. We closed at $27.08, and it normally moves $1.02 per day. Disney is next on our list as an inside day candle. Disney closed at $84.89. If by chance we break above $85.73, upside target $89.04. To the downside, under $83.46, we have $82.99 as the downside target. Disney normally moves about $4.57. That is the ATR, which is the average true range for that stock. So if you trade Disney, I say trade carefully. GILD is next on the list as an inside day candle. Above 104.78, 105 is the target. Under $100.78, $99.25 is the target. GILD normally moves about $4, again $4.01 per day, and we close at 103.63. So if that's something that you trade, I say trade carefully. GM is next on our list as an inside day candle. It normally moves about $2.56 per day. If by chance we break above 43.97, upside target is 44.49. Now to the downside, under $42.80, we have a downside target of 42.55. Now what's interesting about GM, it's a double inside day candle. So if by chance we break above this $44.49, guess what? We could possibly move on up to this $46.34. Again, it's only supposed to move about $2.56 per day. So in this market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. If by chance, we break under 42.55, 41.60 would be the target then. So if you trade GM, those are levels that I would watch, possibly to the upside and to the downside. Again, not financial advice. Google, GOOG, is an inside day candle. If by chance we break above 159.95, we have an upside target here of 159.95. Not far, right? To the downside, under 155.48. Downside target 152.13. GOOG normally moves, or Alphabet Inc. C, right? It normally moves $6.99, and that could be in either direction. And keep in mind, we closed at 159.40. Now, GOOGL, which is Alphabet Inc. A, is also an inside day candle. It normally moves $6.92 per day, and if by chance we break above 157.64, upside target 157.87, not very far. To the downside, under 152.81, we have a downside target of 149.89. So if you trade Alphabet Inc. A or GOOGL, it is an inside day candle. IWM is an inside day candle. It normally moves $9.18. We close at 184.36. So if by chance we break above 185.11, upside target is here at 185.63. Now to the downside, under 178.68, downside target 176.92. So if you trade IWM or the Russell, it is an inside day candle. KWEB, KWEB, is next on our list as an inside day candle. If by chance, we break above, let's say, this level of $30.62, we have an upside target $30.65. Not very far. Under $29.41 gives us a downside target of $29.27. It only moves about $1.48, again in either direction. So if you trade KWEB, it is on our list as an inside day candle. MRK is on our list as an inside day candle. It normally moves $3.60. If by chance we break above 79.50, upside target 81.17. Now to the downside, under 76.31, downside target 75.92. it is going to be an interesting day in the market, right? So we close at 79.18. It normally moves $3.60 for MRK. We are under the 5 EMA, so I would definitely watch that. If that's something that you trade carefully. Marvell is next on our list as an inside day candle. So Marvell, if by chance we break above $53.47, we have an upside target here of $58.42. Now to the downside, under 51.40, downside target $50.33. Marvell normally moves $5.60 per day. Again, in either direction, we closed at $53.39. So if that is something that you trade, I say trade carefully. Pfizer is next on our list as an inside day candle. Now, Pfizer normally moves 91 cents per day. Again, not really a big mover. If by chance we break above 22.02, we have an upside target 22.29. To the downside, under $21.28. Downside target 21.09. Pfizer close or PFE closed at $21.91. So if that's something that you trade, I say trade carefully. Palantir is an inside day candle. If by chance we break above 89.69, we have an upside target of $90.78. To the downside, under 85.50, we have a downside target here of 84.14. Palantir normally moves about $7.78 per day. That could be in either direction. And we close at $88.55, right? So RUT, R-U-T, is next on our list. It normally moves about $86.92 per day. Yes, if by chance we break above $1,860.91, we have an upside target for RUT at $1,866.34. Now to the downside, under $1,801.99, we have a downside target of $1,783.04. So if RUT is something that you normally trade, again, it moves $86.92 per day on average, and we closed at $1,860.21 or 20 as an average. So if that's something that you trade, y'all, I say trade carefully. SLB is also an inside day candle. It normally moves $2.35, again, in either direction. Above 34.07 gives us an upside target 34.89. To the downside, under 32.02, downside target for SLB is $31.84. Keep in mind, we close at $33.96. So if that's something that you trade, y'all, I say trade carefully. UAL, United Airlines, is next on our list as an inside day candle. Above 65.91, downside target 67.81. To the downside, let me rephrase that. Above 65.91, we have an upside target of 67.81. Now to the downside, under $61.60, we have a downside target here for UAL at $60.82. It normally moves about $7 per day in either direction, and we close at $65.60. So I think the last one on the list is Uber. Uber normally moves about $4.10 per day. That is the ATR, which is the average true range. If by chance we break above $72.39, the upside target for Uber is $72.89. Now, to the downside, under the $69.29, we have a downside target of $68.30. So that is the list that I have today for inside day candles. If this is something that you trade, or if you just like to look at the different positions, I would mark the levels and set my alerts to let me know that it has broken, beyond that level or under this level. And again, y'all, make sure that you have other confirmations as to why you're entering the trade. And once it goes against your why, your reason for getting in, make sure you have the discipline to get out. Make sure you have the discipline to execute your plan, stop losses, or whatever it is that you choose to use. Make sure you're able to execute that. So again, y'all, I hope these videos are very, very helpful. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, y'all, because we learn and we grow together. Until next time, y'all, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.